distinguished rabbis, the Honorable Danon, honorees, guests, and friends. On Motzei Yom Kippur, one of the greats of Israel departed from our midst. Jack Friedler, of blessed memory, was one of the old-time religious Zionists who taught me and countless others the meaning and significance of religious Zionism. He was a member of Begun's Irgun, helped in the establishment of the State of Israel, and was involved in everyday life every day of his life thereafter with the well-being, stability, growth, and vitality of the State of Israel, and particularly the unity of Yerushalayim. He was the president of the Jerusalem Reclamation Project from 1989 through 1990, and was involved heavily in the purchase of the St. John's Hospice, which was later renamed Ne'ot David, the home of Matidan HaKohen. Jack Friedler, of blessed memory, was a pillar of the Jewish community of Jamaica Estates, Miami Beach, and Haifa, Israel. One of his last acts on earth was the building of the Kollel in Beit Yonatan, which you've heard so much about tonight, in Yemenite village. He is survived by his Ashes Chayil, Tzipora, and daughters Miri and Smadar. He will be forever missed. May the family only share smachot in the future. Tonight, we are truly privileged and honored in having one of Israel's rising superstars, the Deputy Speaker of the Knesset and Chairman of the World Likud, M.K. Danon. M.K. Danon was born in Ramat Gan, Israel. He gained a bachelor's degree in international affairs and master's degree in public policy from Hebrew University. He was sent by the Jewish Agency to Miami after he finished his IDF service in 1996. He worked as an assistant to a great man. His name is Uzi Landau. Let's see, there's the number. He was appointed chairman of the World Beitar Organization thereafter. He finished third to Bibi Netanyahu in the Likud leadership election in 2007. He has made numerous TV and radio appearances, including on The Huckabee Show, and will appear tomorrow evening, and tune in please, on The Glenn Beck Show. His op-ed in the New York Times on the eve of the recent Obama-Netanyahu meeting, entitled "Making the Land of Israel Whole," and called for the annexation of Judea and Samaria, reverberated around the world. If he wasn't a superstar beforehand, he certainly was a superstar after that. Should we call 911? Somebody fell, I know. I hope they're okay. Eugene, I hope you're all right. We need you badly. Bethel needs you. Yerushalayim needs you. Jewish people need you. Please. Thank you. I believe this article gave great strength and encouragement to the Prime Minister to stand firm against tremendous pressure. Without further ado, I introduce the Honorable Danon.
Yes. Shalom from Yerushalayim. Eugene, I hope you are well. I will never forget this introduction. My dear friends, I feel in Yerushalayim. I left the Knesset only a few hours ago. I had to attend a wedding. I catch the flight. And as you all know, for the sake of Jerusalem, I will not be silent. So tonight I will tell you, for the sake of Jerusalem, we will not be tired as well. And me and Mati, we flew in. And we have one thing in common, all of us, the people here in the room. We are all committed with no conditions for Jerusalem. Some people tell me, we love Jerusalem, but don't do that. We love Jerusalem, but don't build the fence. The people here tonight, we love Jerusalem unconditionally, with no buts, with no ifs, and I want to thank you for coming here tonight. I have a lot of friends here tonight, and I want to thank, first of all, my friend Mati Dan, which I know for more than 20 years. You get younger and younger, Mati, with your devotion to Jerusalem. Same goes to you, Shani Heikind, with your commitment. My friend Dov, last time you came to Jerusalem, we celebrated a new neighborhood. So let's have a deal. Every time you will bring a group to Jerusalem, we'll open another neighborhood in Jerusalem. The committed and devoted group who put this event together: Mel Radler, Barney Honig, Joe Frager, Dr. Brody, Bob Koppel, Joe Stam, the honorees: Shlomo, Nomi Chassid, Shlomo, you are a Chassid, Chassid of Eretz Israel, Chassid of Yerushalayim, Chassid of the love of the land. Chanoch and Tova Messner, Nissim and Lynn Tamam. I have many more friends here. Gary Platt from the Likud, Lee Lesher from Englewood, Ruben Margolis. But I think the real honorees and the real heroes tonight with us is the Tanami family, which first of all I have to apologize, Shira, because I was the chairman of the committee on the right of the child. And after Mati told me that there is problems with transportation of children who needs to get to school, I took the committee of the Knesset to visit your house, and we went into your house without letting you know in the morning. But your husband said, it is okay, don't mind the mess, we have a lot of children, Baruch Hashem. But it was very important for me to bring the Knesset committee to see in their own eyes what you are doing today in Jerusalem. And when I was a child, I grew up in the Betar Youth movement. And we learned about Trumpeldor. And you all know the map of Israel. You all know the finger of Galilee. And you ask yourself, why is there a finger of Galilee up there? And the finger of Galilee in the map of Israel is because of the heroes of Joseph Trumpeldor and the 7 other heroes of Tel Chai. And I'm telling you, Shira, Boaz, Nachshon, Emunah, Achiam, you are the real Trumpeldors of today. You are the real pioneers of Israel today. And we are all very proud of you. We heard a lot of speeches in the last months. We heard your President Obama speaking about his wishful peace plan. And in his speech, he mentioned the word 67 lines. And then he said the issue of Jerusalem will be discussed later on. And when we hear those words coming from an American president, we say it clearly, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable for the Jewish people, not for the people of Israel. Because some of you remember the days where you could have only look at the Wailing Wall, only pray from far away. I wasn't born back then. But my family, my father, my mother, they told me that they used to take the bus. It took them a day in order to take a look. We will never go back to those days. And we told... And with all due respect to President Obama, I'm telling him very clearly, take your hands off Jerusalem. Take your hands off the land of Israel.
Yeah.
And when he said that in AIPAC, that previous prime ministers were discussing in private rooms the issue of Jerusalem, he was right. But you know, he's referring to Prime Minister Ehud Olmert and Prime Minister Ehud Barak, who had their vision about putting international forces in Jerusalem. Can you imagine that? That there will be international forces checking your passports or my ID if I want to go to the Kotel, if I want to go to the tunnels, if I want to go to Temple Mount. And if you want to understand what is the meaning of international forces, I invite you to come with me. We'll take my car, we'll drive up to the north. Now with road number 6, Mati, it is very fast. We'll get to the border with Lebanon, and you will see international forces. And you will see those, what so-called soldiers, taking pictures of Hezbollah warriors getting missiles on a daily basis and preparing themselves for the next war with Israel. And when we ask them, what are you doing? Can't you see what's happening right next to you? They say, well, our mandate is only to overlook and oversee. And if God forbid there will be any prime minister or any leadership in Israel that will allow international forces in Jerusalem, we will have to wait for the permission of someone to go to the wall, to go and pray. And I'm telling you very clearly, it will not happen, because you and me and the people of Israel will never allow it to happen again. I hear a lot about the Jewish settlements, occupation in Jerusalem, and I'm telling you very clearly what I told the Prime Minister of Israel. We, the people of the national camp, we don't know what is the meaning of occupation. We don't know what is the meaning of blocks. I know only 2 blocks, the block of Judea and the block of Samaria. But when I'm hearing President Obama ignoring the reality, ignoring the real threat coming from Iran, which is a major threat, not to us in Israel, not to the Jewish people in the US, it's a threat for the Western societies. When I was in Colombia, I heard the president talking about the threat, that there will be nuclear capability in Venezuela. And when you read WikiLeaks, you understand that the Saudis and the Egyptians, they were not worried about the Palestinians, about Jerusalem, they were worried about Iran. And instead of focusing on the real issue, President Obama is trying to force us to sign another wishful peace plan. We were very happy to see the pictures of the killing of Osama bin Laden. By the way, there was no trial, no bagatz, Mati, no courts. It was justice, pure justice. But look what happened. A month later, the same president who ordered the killing of Osama bin Laden is telling us in Israel, you should sign an accord with the Palestinians, with the PA and the Hamas. Hamas and Al-Qaeda, it is the same. There was one leader who condemned President Obama for the killing of Osama bin Laden. You know who was he? Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of the Hamas. And President Obama, he forgot about it. He said, okay, I knew how to handle terrorism, but you in Israel, don't fight them, sit down with them, hand them over your capital, hand them over your land in Judea and Samaria, try to peace them. And we know we cannot peace terrorists. We need to fight terrorists. And this